Hi friends, and welcome to day 7 of the Transformation SparkOff. I am sure you've enjoyed the last 2 days because we explored themes and topics which were very soft and gentle. And yet as you practice them, you will notice how effective and super powerful they are in leading a life of design. So I have been hearing from you more feedback, more comments, more questions, please. I love hearing how this program is actually landing on my fellow travelers. Yeah, so today the stage is set. Today we're going to talk about movement. And there are 3 things that I want to first start off with. The first thing is how we look at movement is not from a perspective of wellness. Yeah, so primarily people look at movement, or you can call it exercise or workout or a fitness regime, from the aspect of wellness, so to making your body, mind, spirit complex well, and that is a byproduct. However, our focus, because this is a journey of transformation, is to look at movement too as a tool to support this journey, to enable you to lead a life of design. So the perspective is from that perspective, and of course wellness is a byproduct, but we are really looking at it primarily as a tool for transformation. Yeah, so that's the first one. The second thing that I want to mention, that for this conversation, the way movement is defined is 45 to 60 minutes of continuous movement, and at the peak, so for 10 to 12 minutes, your heart rate needs to be in the peak range, peak aerobic range. And if you want to find out what your peak heart rate is based on your age, weight, and height, you can just tap into Google. There are various tables available, and you'll know that. So our definition of movement is 45 to 60 minutes of continuous movement at the peak, 10 to 12 minutes at the peak heart rate, and enough intensity that you actually break into a sweat. Yeah, so this is how we are defining movement to enable it to be a tool for transformation. So that's the second thing. Yeah, and then the third thing that is important to understand as a context or background for movement for our conversation is that we will extend the definition to everything that is deliberate. Yeah, so in a normal day you are moving around, right? You're doing errands, you're cleaning up, you're picking up after yourself, you're running errands, right? All of that is a bonus. However, we are focusing on a very deliberate block of time that you take out of your day just for movement. So if that makes sense, yeah? So it doesn't mean that the others don't count. It's just that as a tool of transformation, we need the movement to be intentioned, to be deliberate. You're carving a portion out of your day and making time for it. So these are the 3 background pieces that you need to know. And let's really talk about why I advocate and why I've experienced in my own life that movement is a tool for transformation. So when you have this quality of movement, there are 2 or 3 things that happen. One is that you come away with a great feeling of clarity and lightness. So you can make this experiment, and this is going to be your takeaway. If there is something that bothers you, or something that you feel you're not getting a real clear answer about, literally put it into the box. So have that in your mind as you go and work out. So go and have your 1 hour of movement, yeah? And this could be swimming, dancing, going to the gym, walking. Form and format is your choice. It needs to work for you so that you like it and you're interested in it and you show up regularly. Yeah, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that before we close out today. So put it into the box. Take that question, take that into that period of movement, and don't really even have any intention of thinking about it as you are in movement, when you come back, you will notice that there is an insight, there is a clarity, there is the fog kind of lifts. Yeah, and I've experienced this again and again and again, right? Whether it's an argument or a fight you've had with somebody, or something that you can't get resolution on, something that's kind of stuck, you know, like a writer's block or a creative block, put it into the box. Go, move for an hour, and then on the other end, see what you really get. So the first way that movement serves as a tool for transformation is giving you clarity and lightness. This other thing is that this process, especially if the intensity level is at as I described it earlier, and you're sweating and you're in that peak aerobic rate, the other thing that happens is you are really able to drop anxiety about the past and worry about the future, and really bring yourself right here and now. So bring yourself into the present, and in that way, a movement of this kind serves as a mood altering or emotion balancing tool. Yeah, so you will see a low grade anxiety, worry, fears, simmering anger, that just works itself out. So it definitely becomes a tool for managing and balancing your emotions. Yeah, so those are the two things that I feel are most key. There are many other insights you will get as you continue to make the 60 minutes of movement part of your daily routine. Yeah, I want to invite you to meditate on one more thing. Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that, you know, I love to work out, but I'm so lazy. I love to go to the gym, but you know, I just can't get myself. I pay for a membership, and then I'm there maybe 3 or 4 times a month. I have to drag myself. Once I'm there, I love it. It takes me forever. And my pushback to you is really notice that this is a subtle form of judgment and negative self-talk. Yeah, somebody very wise once told me that when something is not working for you, it has failed you. You have not failed it, and your responsibility then is to be curious and find something else that suits you. Yeah, so again and again and again, if you have to drag yourself into the gym, maybe you need to change the format. So maybe the crowded gym is overwhelming for you, and you are somebody who prefers to have movement in a more quiet or more solitary format. Or the reverse could be true. You're social and you like the aspect of social interaction. And then maybe a group class, or you know, going to run or move with a buddy or buddies, maybe that works for you. So joining running groups, cycling groups, hiking groups, that might be your format. So one is the format. Second is timing. Maybe you're not an early morning person. Maybe what really works for you is to move your body in the middle of the day or late in the evening when you feel really energized and ready to go. So here, play with the form and format and find what works for you. There has to be something. The choices are immense and the choices grow every day. Yeah, so see what works for you and make sure that the curiosity trumps self-doubt, negative self-talk. Yeah, that for me is a key learning to make movement a part of your life. Yeah, so now the takeaways. Starting today, 45 to 60 minutes of intention movement daily. Now we're at day 7. The practices have stacked up. A reminder, Word practiced this to need to be dropped because your day is busy, you won't drop the practice of the day, and you won't drop the practice of day one. And then you'll start dropping in backward order. Yeah, so that's really the guideline. And the second reflection, the second takeaway always stays the same. Pull out your journal, sit down, reflect. You're now at day 7. Yeah, it's Sunday. For those who started on Monday with me, and you have 4 more days. So really see what it is that you need to stay on track. You know, you are at peak momentum, build up, and you know, right around now, there's a possibility of a breakthrough. So don't give it up. And like I said, any support that I can lend you, I am here. Drop me a message, leave a comment here under the video, and I'll be happy to turn it around for you. Yeah, so have a wonderful day. 2 things I wanted to share with you also. One is, if you can see right behind me, this is a gift from our friend, and I wanted to have it in the video so that everybody could also enjoy the beauty of my friend Dwari's amazing talent. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.